Final
What's up, everybody? I don't normally do this. It's the Final Judgment. Tony Jigsaw Cutillo, powered by Heat Ratio Sports, powered by Win Daily Sports, brought to you by our good friends, the sponsor of the show, SEObrand.com, the place where all analytics begin. And speaking of analytics, I like I said, number one, I'm pissed off that earlier I did a nice little pop-up verdict on Robert Quinn going to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I had the wrong mic selected. And here's the thing, like, you don't know until it's over. Like, I've been doing this such a long time. I just go, right? And for some reason, every time the computer resets, like if it do an update, like a Windows update, it factory resets my software, which the default mic is my camera. So it sounds like shit. So I apologize for that. So if you're listening to that, I can guarantee it sounds better. But listen, it's late. And I wasn't going to talk 76ers for at least another couple weeks. I was zoned in, and I said I'm going to be all in on the Phillies, all in on the Eagles right now, and then I'll pick up the pieces with the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, these pieces are all over the goddamn place, and I just can't take it anymore. I can't. Like, this is the same thing every single year. And again, if you're watching this live, speak out. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what your judgment is. Let me know what your verdict is, whatever you want to call it right now on the Philadelphia 76ers, because this is not the team we were sold on. And I don't care. I don't want to hear that it's early. I don't want to hear that it's only 3 games or 4 games. We are 1-4, and we look lethargic. We look like the same team of last year that doesn't know how to play together. What about all that jargon that we were told? Everything we were sold on. Listen, they just have to learn how to play together. That was the whole mantra we heard. They had to learn how to play together. We need a full year of James Harden, a full off season. Joel, Tobias Harris, he's going to be a different player, right? 5 shots attempted in 35 minutes. 5 shots. PJ Tucker we're relying again on a 39-year-old forward. Are you kidding me? We got a rebuilt bench. It still looks like we don't know how to move the ball. These are the same issues we continue to see every single damn year. Every year. They get us going at the end, and they break our heart every year. And I don't want to go down this road again. And I don't care if it's a full 82-game season. I understand. I get that the NBA is a marathon and not a sprint. I completely understand that. But again, when we're continuing to see the same thing play out, the same time, the same thing every year, it points to one player. And in this case, it points to a coach. And that coach is Doc Rivers. We could say what we want all day long. We could talk about how, Doc is a veteran coach. Doc has listen, Doc put this on himself when he started talking about the next coming of. Okay, when he was in the media and he was getting asked, and how dare you question me? Does this guy get asked that? Does this coach get asked that? Does it really matter, Doc? Just answer the frigging question. That's all. Just answer the question, Doc. Because guess what? You wouldn't be getting asked a question if the team didn't stink at that point. Okay, we won one game. And I don't want to hear that it's early because guess what? Last time I checked in the Eastern Conference, Giannis, the Greek freak, the beast himself, is playing like it's playoff time. Okay? Playing like it's playoff time. Nobody told Giannis that the season didn't start yet. Nobody told Giannis that it's only early. Don't play your best, Giannis. It's okay. Just turn it on at the end. Man, I am so tired of hearing about flipping the switch at the end. It's getting so old. It really is. We have a team that looks lost. We have a team that looks like they do not know how to play together. We have a rebuilt bench. They don't know how they're playing together. We look at tonight. Again, Matisse Thybulle did not play. No men's coach's decision. Shake Milton did not play. Coach's decision. Furkan Korkmaz, whoever, we don't care, but did not play. Coach's decision. Okay. So we go. George Yang, 14 minutes, 1 for 4. Daniel House, 14 minutes, 1 for 3. The Anthony Melton, good game. What we expect, right? Give us 20, 25 minutes. Give me about 10 to 15 points, and we're happy. He shoots 50% for 3, 1 of 2. 2 of 4. Go with that. Montrezl Harrell, no shots attempted. Okay. No shots. 1 rebound, 4 minutes. I don't know what that's about. Okay. PJ Tucker, I'm sorry, but if we're going to play PJ Tucker 32 to 33 minutes a game, this dude by midway point of the season is going to collapse. Okay? It's going to collapse. And again, it brings us right back to Tobias Harris again. And I hate to say it. I do, because he gives us those glimpses, right, of what we think he's going to be. Listen, you, for my money, said this before, you're the 4th scoring option on this team. 4th. But you play 34 minutes. You couldn't muster up more than 5 shots. You got 8 boards. You got 6 assists. Move the ball around. Okay. I get it, but I need you to put the ball in the basket. That's what we need you to do, right? We need you to do that. And I can't for the life of me understand how you have a team of predominantly the same teammates besides a newer James Harden, and you can't figure out how to play together. I just, it boggles my mind. It does. Listen, I know we were all happy when we got Doc. Everybody was happy. Everybody was happy when we got Doc Rivers. I was happy, very jubilant. Okay, obviously, listen, Brett Brown. You know, we were through the trials and tribulations of Brett Brown. It was time to change. We got a veteran coach, winning mentality. Bring on Doc Rivers. Well, maybe, I hate to say this, but is Doc Rivers Joe Girardi? Is Sam Cassell Rob Thompson? Because we've been saying this for how many years now? Okay, give me Sam Cassell. Adam checking in. Is Doc and I'm telling you, I never liked him. Listen, it's not that I don't like the guy. I'm not seeing it right now. When the Philadelphia Phillies made the switch to Rob Thompson, you got to see Joe Girardi as a guy who it looked like, in our opinion, well, I would say in my opinion, that didn't want to be on the field anymore. He was just tired, right? He got snippy with the press. He didn't really want to answer any questions. He thought it was everybody was beneath him, okay, in these press conferences. Joe Girardi looked like a guy who'd rather be sitting home and watching a game on TV. He looked like he was done. He checked out. And that's when they knew it was time. That's when they knew it was time to inject new energy into the team, inject a newfound blood to make you want to go that extra step. And that newfound energy was Rob Thompson. Well, guess what? This newfound energy for the Sixers could be Sam Cassell. And I'm telling you right now, I'm saying this as a Sixers fan. I'm saying this as a a show host, whatever you want to call me right now. But if we lose Sam Cassell to another team before we give him a shot, it will be doomsday for the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay? This needs to be Sam Cassell's team. It's simple as that. You can come at me all you want. You can give me shot charts. You can give me statistics. You can give me any kind of data that you want. I'm telling you right now, there needs to be a change. Just like we knew, we let the Phillies just let it go on and drag on and drag on. Let's remember something that Daryl Morey came in and inherited all of this, right? So I'm sitting here in my mind right now and I'm going, we have a Doc Rivers problem and it needs to get fixed. It needs to get fixed real quick. I don't want to hear it's 82 game season. I don't want to hear that we just have to wait to get the jump start. I don't want to wait or hear we have to wait to bring it all together. We need a change, and the change needs to come now. We can't wait. Not wait till 30 games, not wait till 40 games. You know, we're playing on borrowed time, in my opinion, right? I don't know how many years you have of a scoring James Harden. I don't know how many years you have with a dominant Joel Embiid. These two guys, yes, you have a budding superstar in Tyrese Maxey, but the time is now. And it's now because we've sat through this for the last couple years and tried to figure out how is it all going to work. And right now, this is what we were doing as Phillies fans. As Phillies fans, we were saying, yeah, but this is Joe Girardi. He won games. He won in the playoffs. This is Joe Girardi. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. But in the end, he wasn't fine. He was checked out. Guess what? Remember all offseason when we sat there and we talked about where's Doc Rivers? Where's Doc been? Remember we talked about we heard nothing from Doc. Zero. They go out, they make all these moves. Nothing from Doc Rivers. Zero. Doc was checked out, man. Doc was checked out. And I'm telling you right now, I firmly believe that Doc is not all there. And you need to do something. Those first few games from Joel Embiid were the telling point to me. The expressions, the body language I saw from Joel, the body language and expressions I saw from Tyrese Maxey, okay, that was coming from a state of what the hell is going on from the players. That's what that was. I mean, we're watching Brooklyn right now look at each other and say, what the hell is going on with Kyrie Irving and KD and that aberration of a basketball player and Ben Simmons. But I can't believe I just gave him some clock on this show. But my issue is they know they have a problem. Everybody needs to know they have a problem. And my man Rich checks in and says Doc needs to go. I said this in the offseason. Me too, Rich. He's checked out. Needs to be let go. Sam needs to be promoted. This is the Phillies all over again. Simple as that. That comment sums it up. That's going to be the highlight of this show. Okay? I'm going to say it again so everybody in the back can hear me. Okay? Doc Rivers is Joe Girardi. Sam Cassell is Rob Thompson. Now, am I telling you that if Sam Cassell takes over this team, that the Philadelphia 76ers are going to go and win an NBA championship? No. Are they going to go to the finals? I'm not saying it guarantees anything, but I will tell you one thing. It'll guarantee a different energy and a different direction on a team that is built to not go 1-4. A team that is built to not look like they still don't know how to play perimeter defense. A team that still doesn't know how to space properly on a court. A team that still doesn't know how they belong together, how they piece their offense together. This is ridiculous that we're sitting here again after everything we saw last year. It's the same damn thing. I tweeted it out. It's the same old Sixers. Simple as that. That's all I got. I just needed to vent. It was late, 11 o'clock, 11:30. Already did, like I said, I apologize. I did a show stream on Robert Quinn, which I liked a lot and didn't realize that the mic was on the wrong setting. And please, everybody, do me a favor if you can, as you're checking in when we're doing these shows. If at any time you say, because I know Rich, you watch all the time, Adam, you watch all the time. If you're live and you say, wow, Tony doesn't sound right, he sounds echoey, please hit me up in the comments. Because what happens is the settings, sometimes they automatically switch and I can't see them and they go on a different mic and it's just a terrible sound. Rich says, absolutely agree. I can't say Sam is the answer to a chip, but I can guarantee that this team is more talented than 1-4. It's simple as that. Simple as that. This team is more talented. Unbelievable. Hey, can you come on at 2 a.m.? I'm tuning in. No way, bro. I'll be sleeping at 2 a.m. Maybe, hey, listen, maybe we'll do an overnight thing. You know what I mean? If anybody needs a overnight radio host, hook me, let me know. I'll do an overnight show. I used to work night shift. I could probably hang. Adam says it sounds good now. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I didn't realize until the end when it sounded like complete garbage, but that's okay. It is what it is. Hey, we all have our mistakes, right? And the big mistake right now for the 76ers is going to be continuing on with Doc Rivers. I'll eat my words. I really don't care. You can put a picture of this show up. If the Sixers keep Doc Rivers all season and they start to win and they say, hey, look at Jigsaw want to get rid of him, that's fine. I'm telling you the way I feel right now. 100%. And now I was waiting for this. Right? I was waiting for this guy. I knew my man Al was going to check in. Okay. And Tony, this game had nothing to do with coaching. Al, this season has all to do with coaching. The defense was horrible. Falls on the coach. It was Raptors players wide open. That's not coaching. That's players. No, that's not, Al. I disagree. Okay. Your job as the coach is to prepare these players to play the game the right way. Doc Rivers continues to come up short in that department. How many times do we have to switch players? I'm just curious. How many times? Like, we always hear it's players' problem. It's a player problem. It's a player problem. Well, you know what? I'm so tired of that because we switch players and we have the same issue. We redid our bench, same issue. Oh, we're going to bring in PJ Tucker because he's the savior. He won a chip. He's a veteran leader. He's a dog. Still don't know where to play on defense. Still getting guys wide open, right? Still lack of energy, lack of enthusiasm to play an NBA game. Al, listen, I get it. I know. And I understand we're going to disagree here, but I completely disagree. 100%. This falls completely. I don't care if they're not getting back. Everything you say, let me bring this up. We're not getting back on defense. Has to be Doc. I don't care if he's been screaming about it. Guess what? You know what? Here's what I will say. Maybe you'll agree with this, Al. If he has been screaming about it and he has been coaching about it and it's falling on deaf ears, guess what? They're not listening anymore, which means he still has to go. He still has to go. If they're telling, okay, if he's coaching and he's screaming and they're still not doing it, that means they're not listening to him. Just like, again, let's bring it back full circle. Let's go to the Philadelphia Eagles when we knew with Andy Reid, still Hall of Fame coach, still winning coach, they weren't listening to him anymore. They needed a different voice. Guess what? These players are not listening to Doc Rivers. Not listening to Doc Rivers. There was a picture floating around on Twitter, okay, of James Harden and Tyrese Maxey. And Tyrese Maxey looked completely and utterly frustrated. Okay. And not frustrated at his team, not frustrated at his play, frustrated at the system, frustrated at at what was being coached and the message that was being thrown out there. That's my issue. If the players aren't going to listen anymore, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. If they're not going to listen, it's time to move on. It's simple as that. It's what you have to do. Listen, Doc could go somewhere and win again. Doc can go be an analyst on NBA Tonight. I don't really care what Doc Rivers does. All I know is I want some energy and consistent energy back with my Philadelphia 76ers. Rich says, how long do you wait? Until they go 2-10, 3-15? You're going to dig yourself out of a hole. That's a problem. Adam says Doc can't coach and call the right plays. The rotation of bench players is horrible. Again, how many times, Adam, have we talked about rotation? Again, how many times do we have to talk about Doc's rotations? I don't understand. What are his rotations? Again, coach problem. Rich says maybe his voice is lost now and needs a change if they aren't listening. I agree. Even the greatest coaches get let go. Doesn't matter how good they are. Absolutely agree. Al says, I coach kids and I tell them to keep their hands up on defense all game, every game, and they do it 25% of the time, but we still win. It's not coaching all the time. Al, you just talked about coaching kids. We're talking about professionals, professional athletes, okay? They're worse than kids. They're overpaid, spoiled athletes. That's what they are. So you have to find a different way and a different voice, a different way to get inside their head. 100%. And if you can't get into their head, if they're not going to respect you, no matter what you say, is not going to work. If that's the case, then let's just fire the whole team and start from scratch. Because obviously, if it's the players' problem, is what we're talking about. If everybody's talking about it's the players' problem, we'll just get rid of them all. Give them all the players in. Bring new players in. Right? We'll bring new players in. What the hell? Why not? It's always an excuse for this team. Always an excuse. And I'm so tired of it. So tired of it. I just want the Sixers to be a consistent product that gives me energy, that gives me excitement, and actually shows that they're all one unit and can play together the right way. Right now, that is not happening. Rich says, what did they do? What did they work on in preseason? Because exactly, that's my point. What did they do in the preseason? Did it work on anything? I don't know. I didn't see Doc Rivers all preseason. Did you, Rich? I didn't see him. I don't know where he was. Maybe he was in the mountains somewhere. He was out in Cali. I don't know what he was doing, but I didn't see Doc Rivers. He just showed up. Okay? He just showed up. The only time we saw or heard Doc Rivers is where somebody hacked his Twitter account and he was showing porn all night long, and then he had to come out and say something. That's the only time we heard from Doc Rivers all preseason. That's it. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate it. It took somebody that getting on Pornhub under your account, blasting off all these pics and messages. It took that for you to actually have a voice. Congratulations. 100%. Adam says the Flyers got a new coach. They weren't listening to their coach. Exactly. The message wasn't there. I know why I was laughing. Rich says, how many players do you need to change for Doc? He doesn't have the shooters. You get Harden. Oh, he doesn't have a bench. Supposedly got a bench. Still doesn't use it correctly. And that's my point, man. They've done all these different things. What do you think Daryl Morey's sitting there doing right now? He's chomping at the bit, man, to bring in one of his guys. That's what he's doing. This is what this is all about. All those conversations, it's crazy. Like all those conversations that have been told and talked about and leaked and this and that. You think that's not real? Of course it's real. Those conversations are real. You think Daryl Morey and James Harden don't talk on a regular? You think they don't air out the way they feel about Doc Rivers? Hell yeah, they do. Absolutely. And again, we're just going to continue going down this rabbit hole. That's all we're going to do. It's going to the same rabbit hole. We're going to get on this show and we're yay. Sixers won by 20. Yay. JoJo double. Yeah. James Harden triple-double. Yeah. 3 games. What happened? Nobody showed up. Nobody played defense. Nobody hit any shots. Tobias took 2 shots. What happened to Matisse? He wasn't there. He can't shoot from the outside. Where was the perimeter defense? Who was it's the same damn thing. This team needs to change. I'm going to end on this. Same thing as I always do because I ranted enough. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. It's the same damn thing. It always will be. And I'm glad it was late that you guys were checking in and we're thinking about the same thing. Doc Rivers is to Joe Girardi as Rob Thompson is to Sam Cassell. Simple as that. Sam Cassell is the future of this team. And the sooner, the better they make this change. And again, this is what Rich says. Don't be surprised Sam gets a job or Mike D'Antoni gets a call from. See, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. I don't want D'Antoni. I don't want D'Antoni. At all. Yeah, and that's see, that's the problem with Sam Cassell is I can't, if we don't give him this job, he's going to go somewhere else and get a job. And then we're going to be left with nothing. And then we might as well bring back, Doug Moe. Who knows? Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, at the end of the day, let's bring back Eddie Jordan. Christ. I mean, let's bring them all back. All the stiffs. Let's bring them all back. Yeah, exactly, Al. We start the World Series Friday smile. And that's why I didn't even want to talk about this. But it's so ridiculous that I had to get on here and vent a little bit because I was killing me. You know what's funny? We just talked about Doc Rivers and his porn sites and look what pops up. I think, look, best adult dating site. I bet you that Doc must be hacking this stream right now. Doc is hacking it. Say, hey, Doc. Doc's here. Doc's here right now. Best adult dating site. Looks like I got hacked just like Doc. Look at this. Freebie. Oh, man, look at this. It's all coming. Here they go. It's all coming through. Doc must be on the stream right now. Oh, no, Doc, that's not your playbook. You're looking at porn again. Stop. For the love of God. I know you said you're a man of faith. Well, you need to stop. Nah, honestly, all kidding aside. Rich says Doug and Doug Moe could go to the movies together. I'll tell you, man, I gotta stop. It's getting late. Listen, man, like I said, Doc, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm out. I need a change. We all need a change. Sam Cassell's the future. I think we all know it. And the quicker Daryl Morey makes the move, the better off we're going to be. Simple as that. Final Judgment, Tony Jigsaw Cutillo, Win Daily Sports, Heat Ratio Sports, SEObrand.com, the place where all analytics begin. Some people have thoughts, some people have takes. But on this show, you get the final judgment.